Guys, click on the subscribe button on my channel and press the bell icon to get the latest information on my videos immediately.
So hello guys and welcome to my video. Actually I am posting this video because I found this problem and I was not sure what to do about it. I was just hating my new AMD Ryzen processor and the motherboard and the graphics card, and what the heck was the system doing with my games and all. I even can play Rise of Tomb Raider on low settings. I mean, the game just crashed up on my face saying that my system doesn't have much of the VRAM. Currently I'm running, you can see that GTX 1050 Ti. It's got 4 GB of DDR5, like DDR5. So I'm running that thing, and you can see that in this system information you can pretty much see everything like 1050 Ti, and here I got about total graphics available about 8 GB and 4 GB of GDDR5. so that is pretty much for any DirectX 12 game you run on your system. And let me show you the processor. Actually it's Ryzen 7 1700 with virtualization disabled, but the Hyper-V support actually enabled for the better supports of game. I do not have overclocked this system, and it's running at its base clock 3 GHz, and this 3.15 GHz is due to the optimization provided by the motherboard. And yeah, the first problem which I was talking about, this I have installed 16 GB, I mean 2 DIMMs of 8 GB RAM, and only 8 GB means one stick is used by the system, and the other stick is hardware reserved. So the first problem is, why am I not able to use my complete complete 16 GB of setup? So that was a problem, but yeah, I'm sure it will be solved when the BIOS upgrade, I do get the BIOS upgrade. Now the second problem I was talking about, even though I have a SSD, a great graphics card and a great processor, now I play game like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now don't freak out, I will just show you the settings. I have not enabled the DirectX 12. Yes, vertical synchronization is generally off, it's useless to do that. FAXX give me a decent point. Now everything is set to highest except texture quality, means if I set it to very high, it directly gives me the message. I mean, I can set that, it's not an error, but you will get some frame drops and lags and blah blah. Now it is set to 16x, very high, very high, very high, very high, high. Now this HBAO plus is a NVIDIA specific. You will not get this feature on AMD graphics cards, so I have not used that feature because 1050 Ti is not that great graphics card at all. So, and all other things are just set to high. Even these are all ticked, checked, enabled. I don't like this film grain, it makes the game very hazy, it's not that crystal clear, so I just ignored it. And now I just enabled the game and started it. So the game started, and the frame rates are sweet, they are in between 30 to 60, and you will not get anything absurd or something like that. The game is playable, and I'll just continue. And yeah, now I'll not talk, you can listen to the game's voice. So let's start. So as you can see, the game has started pretty well, and yeah, there is no lags in the game. I can play the game, look at the fire, the physics is working pretty well, and well, I don't know what to do. Let's get inside the water near fire. Yes, you can see everything is working fine. Yeah, like it's just fine. And now you can see the in-game settings here, like display the DirectX 12 is not enabled, everything else is just fine, maxed out, everything is maxed out, don't need to worry. So yeah, it's pretty cool to play at this frame. And yeah, if you keep on playing like this for approximately 10 minutes, now just enjoy the gameplay. The problem, I will tell you about the problem.
Dylan! Dylan! Shit! Morse! Dylan's gone! What? No fucking way! He's right there! Heads up! Into there! Above us! Up high! Contact!
Yeah, I was talking about this problem. Now you see the sound has crashed, and the error says that the problem has occurred with your display drivers. Your system may not have enough resource to run the game at the selected settings. You can retry using the same settings or adjust them to lower settings. Make sure you have the latest driver for your video hardware and try rebooting your system to help clear up an issue. So I said to OK, and now the game force closed. So the best way now, first of all, I was not sure 4 GB DDR5 graphics RAM is just enough to play Rise of the Tomb Raider at maximum setting. After all, it's 1080p. I'm not playing it at 2K or 4K. So after days of searching and getting upset that I don't find any results, I tried this thing. I was watching a YouTube video where you can use GTX 1080 Ti in a two-way SLI, and the third card will be used for physics only. Now I thought that my processor was not utilized to its full strength. While playing this game, it was like 30 to 40% utilization, but my graphics card was getting bottlenecked because the processor doesn't support any kind of graphical thing. It's absurd. So I just did this. Use advanced setting. You have opened your NVIDIA control panel and then tick on the middle one. Go to this and turn everything to performance, not quality, just performance. Okay, now don't override these settings. Like most of you in the time you say application control enhance or override. Don't override it, just select the settings. Now come to physics, and instead of using your graphics card, just use your CPU for the physics and apply it. Yeah, so now the physics will be using your CPU instead of your graphics card. Now just open the game.
Now with that thing enabled, my CPU will handle all the physics. It's like a part of load from the graphics card will now be handled by the CPU, and my CPU is really powerful. I don't need to tell about that. Ryzen 7 1700 is a good choice over Intel 7 7700K, and I believe it. Now all the settings were just the same, and I will be playing this game till I die. Obviously in the game I'm not going to die making this video, I'm going to die in the game, but till then I will be playing this game, and you will see that this thing works better than anything. So instead of just banging your head on the table cursing the motherboard or the optimization of AMD, just do this simple trick and I hope you can play pretty much any game. Now see, most of the modern games, only Rise of the Tomb Raider runs at maximum settings. Yeah, means it when it runs at maximum settings, it uses approximately 6.8 to 7.2 GB of graphics memory, and to achieve that you should buy a AMD RX 580 or 480 and a NVIDIA GTX 1060 6GB version or 1070 8GB version. Then only you will be able to play this game in DirectX 12 with all the settings set to maximum, including the texture quality, which I have recently set to high, not very high, because it uses more than 4GB of RAM, and currently my graphics card do have only 4GB of GDDR5 graphical memory. So that's the limitation of the graphics card, not any performance issue. You just can't simply play a 6GB demanding game on a 4GB graphics card. So that's that simple. Other than that, you will be able to play just any game on the maximum setting like GTA 5, The Witcher 3, Dishonored 2, Titanfall 2, Tom Clancy's The Division, The Wildland. Every game will run just fine, and I have played many games. Yeah, from all Steam or Origin games, and the most difficult game to play now in terms of load which it puts on CPU and graphics card was the Rise of Tomb Raider running at DirectX 12. I mean, it just uses 7.2 GB of DDR5 virtual RAM present on a GTX 1070, and yet delivers barely 60 to 70 FPS gameplay at 1080p. So this was the most demanding game which I have ever played. GTA 5 was like 5.2 GB load on the graphics card, and I was able to play that game with all settings maxed out at DirectX 12 on GTX 1050 Ti. So this is the most demanding game, keep in mind, and this hack will, it's not a hack, it's a trick. Yes, it will work on any NVIDIA graphics card you are using with the Ryzen or any other CPU you want to boost the performance. So I'm not recommending you should buy a 1050 Ti because the frame rates here are in a range of 30s and 40s. They never reach above 70. They are below 70 and with an average of about 45. Yeah, so the game is playable, but some smaller games like The Witcher 3, it's not a smaller game in any issue, but that game has a fairly better performance than Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, the frame rates of that game were constantly above 55 FPS. So, and I play all the game at maxed out setting, so I will not die that easily in this game. But I tell you, it's going to be a long video, so you can see that now the game doesn't crash, and I'll show you the exact temperature reading of my graphics card and my processor and the loads my processor and the graphics card have been taken, everything in detail. But but just let me die in this game. It's a very fascinating game and I want to play it, so just bear with me. Now I will be switching my voice off. You just enjoy the gameplay, or you can just skip to the end 1 minute of this video. I will also show the benchmark results of the in-game Rise of the Tomb Raider benchmark result at the end of this video, so don't skip so much. It will be in the end 2 to 3 minutes, so if you don't watch the gameplay, just skip this video and go to the end, check out the benchmarks score and the temperatures, and when you will be satisfied, hit a like button and share it with your friends facing same problem. I know majority of the Ryzen builders are facing this problem, and not majority of them, because majority of them are not the budget. I'm a very budget oriented guy and doesn't have 40,000 rupees or 60,000 80,000 rupees to spend on fancy 1070, 1080 and 1080 Ti. I'm good with GTX 1050 Ti, and before this I was using GT 730. You can't imagine that graphics card was having just 1 GB of DDR5 RAM. So I know what it feels like to be a budget gamer, but these hacks, they take you to a next level of gaming, entire new level. So go see the benchmarks at the end, temperature, and you are done for good.
Anna must be close. It's a stamp to seal official Trinity letters. Not many people still use these.
Like demolition crews are already...
Were you with Constantine down in Syria?
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. Croft? Constantine didn't expect to find her in there. She managed to bring the whole tomb down on our heads.
Thorn in his side, that one.
Speaking of Useful for a time. Left here, right?
Think Trinity was trying to recruit her?
It's not our place to speculate. Orders are clear. We see her, we shoot and kill.
I won't die in this godforsaken valley. My faith is strong.
Laura! 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 Answer me. Last time I saw you, you were... Damn it, Laura. You better not be dead. This is becoming tiresome. Just give in to God's will. If you're gonna start preaching,
Jonah!
Now here you see the game is going to be very fast here, because I have to go and save Jonah out there. He's being tortured, and there are the game was running at 40-45 FPS. Now the game is running at 30-35 FPS, but the game is playable, totally playable. How fast the animation goes doesn't matter. How much I jiggle around with this character doesn't matter. And now you'll see that there is no performance issue out there. Jumped across, swing, landed, crashed, swing. Oh, and here you go. You can see there is no lag, shattering, no nothing. The CPU is handling the physics well, and the graphics card is not getting bottlenecked. So yeah, you can see it was a very short, no, it's more. Hang out, guys, it's not going to end that easy. Oh, here, and then gliding again, kicking his butt with 2 bullets, sliding again, Again, and landed and crashed, and oh, grabbed the chain and finally crashed, landed. And now the game will be, just like, oh, now look at the animation. I mean, it's super smooth. Yeah, look at the NVIDIA hairworks. It's fascinating. I mean, look at the hairs. Look at the bleeding points on the Jonah's face. Look at marks on that weird guy's head.
Tell me what you know.
So these are the things where your graphics card, needs very intensive workout to do that. And it's not getting bottlenecked now. It's not closing. You have seen it. I've playing this for about like 15 minutes, and it's not force closed. And that was the thing I was talking about, handling a part of load from GPU to the CPU, and that's working. That is working. So
Sweep the cell blocks.
yeah,
Kill everyone.
continue watching till you reach the benchmarks.
Sorry. I should have killed him. But he was unarmed. I just couldn't.
Shh. You shouldn't have to. I am so sorry for getting you into this mess.
I thought I could keep up.
They're coming. We're surrounded.
This time I've got your back.
He's dying. We don't have much time.
Bar the door.
All units respond. We've got to deal with her.
I know that you like to read the archaeological journals now, but I urge you that if you see anything written which is less than pleasant about me, to ignore it. There are those who simply do not...
We're almost in position. Not seeing the target yet. Waiting for orders.
Stay in position. Get ready. She's dangerous.
Roger.
Command, we are in position and have visual on target.
Got to take them out.
Confirmed. Target acquired.
Contact! Give me covering fire!
What now?
We have visual on the target. I repeat, we have visual on the target.
Damn it!
T4, join with Winter. We'll take care of this one.
Confirmed heat sink. Ready to engage.
Roger.
Throwing a grenade!
surrounded. Got to do this carefully.
Now you can see intensive smoke work. I mean, yeah, the smoke also uses physics. So there's a lot of smoke. Yeah, and when I get above water, means when the head is above the water, the game doesn't lag at all. With all the physics included, the processor is handling that quite well. Not quite well, it's, you know, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't feel it like I was having an issue on the Ryzen processor playing the game before. Like you see, those smokes, no lag at all.
This is the spot.
Finally I died. Yeah, lasted about 20 minutes. Yeah. So now's the time for the benchmarks. So I could do the main menu and yes. Now let's see what benchmark shows. In-game benchmarks. Yes. So, and I should mind you, I am not using any external device or any external video card to record this. It is recorded from my NVIDIA graphics card only. So that 4 GB of RAM is also utilized to record the game. So you can pretty well understand that if I do not record this game using the NVIDIA card, I will get an overall improvement of 5 FPS. Yeah, I mean, this video is being recorded at 50 megabytes per second and the quality is high. Native resolution means full HD 1080p, and so there will be certain frame drops in the benchmarks, but you will not notice them. While you see this video, I was playing the game, you might not see any lag in there because there was no lag. Even I was recording from the same graphic card I was playing, so you can see pretty well. Yeah, there are some lags as you can see, yeah, in the beginning. Now this was I was talking about. If you do benchmark, it shows some lag in the geothermal valley. Now when you do not record, it will show no lag. So let's the benchmark complete, and yeah, we should wait for the results. It's near to completing, and it's completed. Now you see, the minimum on the mountain peak was 32, in Saria it was 15, and average was 47. I mean, if you do not record, it will be, yes, above 50 FPS, and that's a good thing, a good sign on a very budget oriented graphics card. I mean, look at the settings. I like see the frequency and all the temperature stuffs there. I have just finished my game. Yeah, and you see the temperatures. The CPU is at 42 and the graphics card is at 51, and they are way less than 60. I mean, if you play a game, intensive game, 60 is the, it is meant to be 60. So now look at the CPU, it's not overclocked. RAM only use 8 GB. I don't know whether that other hardware reserved 8 GB is gonna ever be used. So, and yes, I should now just stop the recording. Oops. Yeah, so you can see that I have used GeForce Experience to record this, and it was not stream live, because I could do that, but it will require a lot of performance. So just hit like button if you get help and your problem is solved now. Share it with all your friends going to build a Ryzen PC or having a Ryzen build, and just subscribe to my channel for more videos like